All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. I was watching the Goodwood Festival of Speed this past weekend, and as always, they always do F1 demo runs. Now, during that whole sequence, they brought out some of the old V10s, and I thought to myself, you know what? I want to give that a try. I ended up upgrading my wheelbase because my old wheel broke, and so now I have a Moza R9, and I really wanted to try the old early 2000s F1 cars with the direct drive wheel. So I figured we'd have a ton of fun today and just kind of relive my favorite era of Formula One. I think this is probably the best package that they had ever released in Formula One. This era is just the golden era for me. I absolutely love these cars and the sound, of course. And so I never get tired of driving them. And so I wanted to do a quick little 10-minute race today around Suzuka and Alonso's beautiful R25. It's going to be a ton of fun. And yeah, let's just go ahead and let's just start racing. Let me get my gloves on and let's go. All right, so here we go. 7 laps at Suzuka. This is one of my favorite tracks. I think it's honestly the track that I'm the best at. We'll take the start a little cautious here, but I'll tell you guys a little story on the opening lap as we go into the first corner here. Take a cheeky little overtake there. This was actually the car that I started sim racing on. Oh, looks like we got a car off in a huge accident off to the side. We'll make our way through that. I'm sure that isn't going to be the last accident that we're going to have today. The Assetto Corsa AI always spicing things up as per usual. But this was the first car I ever drove when it came to sim racing. So I learned how to literally race a car on a Logitech G29 with my Renault R25 way back in, gosh, I don't know whenever this car was released. I think it was fairly new at the time. So this thing means a lot to me, and it's why I am filming this video today, because with the direct drive wheel, what an upgrade from the T300. I'll tell you that right now. If you have not, whoa, what is that sound we're doing? If you have never felt a direct drive before, you are going to be absolutely mind blown once you transition between the two, because I honestly didn't believe that it was going to be that big of a transition, and let me tell you, it definitely is that big of a transition. So we should have a lot of fun today. This race should be exciting. Sorry, my sleeve is like, I was trying to adjust my sleeve there, but that just goes to show you the absolute force that these things have. It is insanely strong, and I was just checking to make sure my camera didn't fall off the monitor there. That's why I went wide. Anyways, let's actually get racing now. So we've got Mark Webber behind us. Somehow there's 21 cars in the field. I'm not sure how that's happened, so we're gonna have to catch up to these guys. And this Williams is getting an absolute mega run. Holy cow, they just flew straight by me. The tire's still warming up, so there's gonna be a little bit of understeer, a little bit of oversteer here and there. But I'm sure as the car kind of settles into the stint and as the tires kind of get their temperature in them, we will become much faster. Interesting line there from the Williams. Not sure what that was. We'll just stick behind here for now. Oh, kind of hit that curve a little bit. But yeah, Suzuka, one of the best tracks for Formula One. I'm fairly certain to say that. I absolutely love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks ever. The flow, just honestly, even just the surroundings, like just look at this place, man. It looks like something out of a video game. Granted, Japan is usually like that with a lot of their things, but I absolutely love this track, and it is one of my favorites. And I hope it stays for many years to come. But as you guys know, back in 2005, there was an absolutely historical race that happened here. Oh, we got a huge crash in the 130R. That did not happen in 2005, as Alonso went around the outside of Michael Schumacher in a 130R, and it was an absolutely magnificent move. And of course, you had Raikkonen in that race as well, make up, gosh, who knows how many positions he made up in that race, but he's came all the way from the back, and just absolute marvelous drive, and it is one of the all-time best Formula One races. So if you haven't watched that one, I highly recommend you give it a watch. There was plenty of action. I think Montoya went into the wall early in that one as well, and just a bunch of different things. Everybody on the first lap, I remember, or second lap at the start of the race, they all went flying off at the last chicane. It was just one of those races that just kind of had everything in it. And so that's why we're here today, kind of celebrating that. I know that Japanese GP is quite a ways away, so maybe I should have waited for that to be the weekend, but I don't know. I really wanted to drive some V10 F1 cars, and today is a great opportunity. Of course, so great to see at Goodwood that they're still driving these things, and they're, you know, still letting them be out on track as Jarno truly sends it around the outside. Holy cow. Tires are struggling a little bit. I don't know if they're exactly up to temperature yet, but we do have some understeer, which is very characteristic of the groove tires, right? During this era, that was just kind of a thing that happened. You can see the vortex coming off of the rear wing there. How cool is that? And he almost drops it on the curb. We're just gonna try and make our way around the outside, but they've got so much straight line speed. Here we go. This should give us a good run. We've got a good gearing ratio at the top end there. And we should be able to complete that move and finally make our way around truly here, but it seems like somebody has set their springs to be way too stiff for today and way too much rebound, so they are bouncing all over the place, but luckily we don't have that problem, so we should be able to make our way through this field. The AI just providing us an entertaining race, we'll say that, to say the least, as we go through that. Man, that corner is so high speed, and especially once the tires warm up and the forces start to pick up in the wheel, you can just feel absolutely everything, and I absolutely love it. So iRacing will just want to make sure we don't. Okay, I may or may not have just taken Michael Schumacher out of the race, but nobody saw that. iRacing will return. I have been actually driving a lot on iRacing. I've just been trying to get my rating up before I start making videos again, because as you guys know, I think I was around the 2.5 range, so now I'm 3,000, so we're slowly climbing, but yeah, I didn't want to like get into the routine of just kind of making the same iRacing videos over and over and over again, so I kind of took a break, wanted to get my iRating up, and I will return shortly, especially, what the? Now, how on earth has that happened? I don't even know how that's possible in that type of scenario. A car has completely barrel rolled out of the chicane. How does that even work? I don't even know how that's physically possible. So, we've got a few more others that have managed to not survive this race. So it looks like we are on a good trajectory now, as a few of these guys have really been struggling today. So we could be on for a podium if a lot of that carnage keeps happening. We've only got 2 more laps, though, so we've got to make it happen right away. As we're catching this Honda right here, this BAR. Takuma Sato in his home race. It looks like he's going to drop it, and we're going to have to take avoiding action. I think we kept it out of the wall, and we did. Okay. That was very close to being a disaster. And now we're back behind Truly again. We've got some other guys that want to take advantage of this situation, and Michael Schumacher is going to get his revenge. Well, it's been an eventful day at Suzuka, to say the least. That was some serious carnage that went on there for a while, so let's just kind of see if we can finish this thing and get out some good points in this race. We're going to have to make up a few positions before we score points. We've got at least one. And I think the scoring was totally different in this era, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember how they scored points, but I think it was top 8 or something like that. It's been a while since I've paid attention to that type of stuff. I actually do love to go back and watch all of the old races, just because this era to me is like the purest form of Formula 1 that there is. I absolutely love this era. It is just the best. It's just the best form of racing, like, ever. I don't even know how to explain it. But unfortunately, I don't think they're ever going to return to something like this. Not only are these cars just far too dangerous to be driving, granted, they'd be safer now if they remade something similar, but, you know, it's just the speeds that these cars can carry, especially on a slick tire, is just absolutely absurd. Easily faster than the cars we have today, as we've got a Ferrari in the gravel there. But yeah, I think that would be something interesting if they made some sort of modern equivalent to these early 2000s cars. I know that's what the 2026 direction is kind of supposed to be, but I don't think it's the same at all. I think these cars were so small, they were so light, and they had so much power. It was just absolutely absurd that these things raced, and I understand why they got rid of them, but man, I wish they kept them. Like, what a machine these are. This was just some of the best racing I had ever witnessed, ever, and I love to go back and watch the races because of that. So the fact that we can drive it in sim racing, though, I can drive this from my room, that's just the cherry on top, right? How incredible is that? How far has the world come that now we can just experience those things in our room as if we were racing at Suzuka? So I think we might be able to get a few more points here. We've got a nice little battle ahead of us between Schumacher and Trulli for the points. I think we should be able to catch him. Schumacher with a little snap of oversteer there. We're going to carry this all the way through 4th gear, and then I'm going to just roll onto the throttle here as the tires are a little worn. Got a little bit of a slide there. And this is where we should gain quite a bit. Bouncing over the curves. Is that Ferrari a little too soft for the setup? And we can look to the inside, but I don't think it's going to be there quite yet. We'll hold on and we'll wait until this straight. Man, they are really bouncing over the surface there. We'll see what kind of run we get here. I think it's going to be quite close. Oh, we might be able to get this done if we lunge it in at the last second on Schumacher. And oh, he is a good driver after all. He was an incredible Formula One driver. So fair play to him. We might have one more run at it. We get to recreate the scene here. And we go around the outside of 130R. Make sure we leave him a little bit of room. We'll defend here at the 100-meter board. And it looks like we are going to get that done as Jarno Trulli still struggling with the chicane. I don't think we're going to be able to get him at the line, but how about that? To end it off, we recreate the scene, the around the outside overtake of 130R. That is poetic. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I had a lot of fun with that. Let me know if you'd like to see more Assetto Corsa videos. I don't drive this sim all that much anymore. If I'm being honest, I just drive iRacing the most. But it is fun to come back and experience these old F1 cars and just kind of have fun with, oh geez, sorry. Just kind of have fun with, you know, driving history. Like, this is such an amazing time of Formula One, and I wish I was there. I was born during that time, but I never got the opportunity to see it in person. And man, I would love to witness these cars in person. So let me know in the comments below if you have seen these in person and what it's been like for you. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed to the channel. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching.